Hey everyone! If you're even thinking about starting or growing an Amazon business in 2025, then you are in exactly the right place. Today, we're going to break down a blueprint with 5 strategies that are absolutely essential, the kind that have helped sellers just like you generate millions. So, let's dive right in. Okay, first things first, let's just get it out of the way, the elephant in the room. Is it too late? Is Amazon just way too crowded, way too competitive? I mean, have you missed the boat? It's the number one fear that holds people back, but you know what? The answer might really surprise you. In this quote from our source material, man, it just nails it. The whole idea of saturation, it isn't really a market reality. It's more of a mental block, a limiting belief. Getting ahead on Amazon in 2025, it really starts with changing how you think about the whole thing. So that brings us to our very first strategy. We have to completely dismantle this myth. It's all about learning to see the Amazon marketplace not as some crazy battlefield for a few scarce resources, but as a massive, thriving ecosystem just packed with opportunity. Just look at the difference here. On one side, you've got the scarcity mindset, people who think, it's too crowded, there's nothing left. But then you've got the successful sellers. What do they see? A platform with over 900 million products. They understand that the resources and opportunities are practically endless, if you just know where to look. It's all about changing your perspective. Okay, so how do you actually do this? How do you apply this abundance mindset in a practical way? With the 70-30 rule, and this is a total game changer. Here's how it works. 70% of your store is filled with evergreen products, stuff people buy all year round. The other 30%, that's for seasonal trends. Think fitness gear in January or grilling tools in the summer. This way, you build a super stable income while still cashing in on those big sales spikes. All right, let's move on to strategy number 2 because it builds right on top of this. See, it's not enough to just find products. You have to play by Amazon's rules. And Amazon's number one rule is, well, they are completely obsessed with their customers. Your success literally depends on you becoming just as obsessed. Think about this for a second. Over 60% of Amazon's gigantic revenue comes from third-party sellers, from people like you. That means they need you. But because you're representing their brand to the customer, they hold you to an incredibly high standard. They see you as an extension of their promise. And this is basically your report card. This is how they grade you. Your account health, it all boils down to these 3 pillars. Are you answering customers quickly? Are you following every single policy perfectly? And maybe most important of all, are you getting products delivered on time and in great condition? These aren't just suggestions, you guys. This is your license to operate on their platform. So here's the bottom line. You hear all those horror stories about accounts getting suspended, right? Well, almost every single time it traces back to a failure in one of these 3 areas. If you only focus on making money and ignore the customer experience, it is the absolute fastest way to lose your entire business. Okay, so you've got the right mindset, you're laser focused on the customer. What's next? Well, strategy number 3 is all about getting the right tools for the job. And we're talking about 2 key things, your suppliers and your software. Okay, this is super important. Source domestically, within your own marketplace. You really want to avoid those overseas platforms like AliExpress or Temu. Why? Simple. Things like tariffs, import taxes, and surprise duties can absolutely wreck your profit margins and cause these crazy unpredictable delays. Your business has to be reliable. Now, I know what you're thinking, but aren't domestic suppliers more expensive? Yeah, sometimes they are, but this quote right here explains exactly why that doesn't matter. Amazon shoppers aren't always looking for the rock-bottom cheapest price. They're paying for speed, for convenience, for a seamless experience. That's what domestic sourcing gives you. It's all about perceived value, and that is your key to making real profit. Now for software, look, keep it simple. Seriously, you don't need to spend a ton of money on complicated, fancy tools. You just need 3 things: a good product research tool to find those opportunities, a checker to make sure a brand is okay with you reselling their stuff, and a simple tracker for your profits and operations. That's it. Keep it lean. All right, let's talk about the fun part. Strategy number 4. This is the big income-producing activity, product research. This is where you actually find the gold. It's all about understanding what's selling and, just as importantly, what isn't. So, the single most important piece of data you need to wrap your head around is the best seller rank, or BSR. It's actually really simple. Amazon ranks every single product based on how well it sells, and the lower the number, the better it's doing. So when you see a BSR of 1, that's it. That's the top dog, the #1 best-selling item in its entire category, maybe out of millions of other products. That's the gold standard. But the story definitely doesn't end there. And this is where the real strategy, the real nuance comes in. It's easy to look at a product with a great BSR and say, yep, that's the winner. But what about this? A BSR of 1 million. Is that just a total lost cause? Should you just ignore it and move on? Well, here's the secret. Not always. A super high BSR can actually be a golden opportunity in disguise. It might just mean the product is priced all wrong for the value it gives. If you can analyze that price to value equation and spot an undervalued product, you can be the one who swoops in, prices it correctly, and sends that BSR plummeting down. All right, let's bring it all home. We've talked about mindset, we've talked about the customer experience, the right tools, and how to do research. Now, let's put all the pieces together into the complete 2025 blueprint. So if you take anything away from this, it's these 5 keys. #1, believe in abundance, not saturation. 2, obsess over your account health like your business depends on it, because it does. 3, stick with domestic suppliers for speed and reliability. 4, use only the essential tools, don't overcomplicate it. And 5, learn to see the opportunity in both low and high BSRs. And hey, if you're sitting there thinking, yeah, but does this really work? Listen to this. One student working around a 9-to-5 job, raising 3 kids, used these exact strategies we just talked about and did over $4.75 million in sales last year. This isn't just theory. This is a real, proven path. So there it is. The path is laid out. The strategies are crystal clear. And the potential, well, it's undeniable. The only question left is the one right there on your screen. You got the blueprint. You know it's possible. What are you going to build in 2025? Thanks for tuning in.